Greetings Internet, and welcome back for another early morning's presentation. Today I felt like, doing a video from the kitchen instead of from the living room, sitting there like a lump. So I've got my chicken patties in the oven, letting those cook so I can make myself my nice hearty breakfast for the 12-hour shift that's ahead of me. Yeah. 12-hour shifts suck for those of you who don't actually have to deal with them. It's just a lot of time wasted for no real reason except for a paycheck. Anyway, so for today's topic, I figured I'd tell you guys about another dream that I had. As you might recall, a couple of vlogs back, I was talking about this weird dream I had where my car shrank to this after getting wet, and then suddenly it was full size again, but made out of rubber. Today's story, today's little dream, was completely different than that. I was visiting my grandparents' place, and for some reason their backyard, their back patio area was just flooded. There was so much water everywhere. Essentially the level of snow we have outside, only water. And I was helping my grandmother, try and salvage stuff, running around, grabbing boxes, stuff, taking them, putting them up on the deck, and running back and getting another box, so they could sort them out and so they could, try and salvage what they could. And I happened to come across a plastic container, one of those little Tupperware bowls, only about yay tall by yay wide, that was just submerged in the water. Well, I pick it up and I start moving it, and I see something moving around inside, something kind of swimming in the water. And this thing is jet black. So I'm like, hey Grandma, do you know what's in this thing? She comes over and she's like, no? Well, just open it up, take a look. So yeah, I don't think anything of it at the time because, dream logic. And I pop it open. Now hold on just a second, folks. I think I forgot to hit autoplay again. Yes, as a matter of fact, I did. Hold on. Alright, hopefully y'all can actually hear the music. Trying to add a little something different this morning, obviously. So anyway, rolling right back into the story, into my dream. So, not thinking anything of it, I just start to open up this Tupperware container, and as I'm starting to open up the lid, the thing inside apparently notices the thing's being opened and swims over towards the lid. And just as I start to get a gap, 4 giant spider legs just dip over the side of the thing, like the thing's trying to pull itself out. So I'm standing there I just kind of shake a little bit, the thing backs off back into the water, and I put the lid back down. I'm like, Grandma, are you sure you don't want me to open this? She's like, yeah, just open it up. It can't be that bad, can it? And I'm thinking to myself, yeah, it can. So I start to open it again, and the arachnid-looking thing inside starts trying to escape again. Now mind you, I've got this thing this far away from myself trying to open it, and the thing's got legs literally about as big as my fingers. Just bloop. So I'm freaking out. But I managed to get all the corners of the lid to come up. Here, I'll show you what the Tupperware thing was like. I've got one that's similar right here on top of the fridge. Okay, now you see the edges of the lid here? How they gotta snap down in place over the edges? The Tupperware container in my dream was this, only with a red lid. And I'm stuck with the task of popping open each of the individual tabs to try and get this thing open and let the thing out. And meanwhile, while I'm doing this, I am just scared to death. Because another little known fact about myself, I have a bit of arachnophobia. Surprisingly enough, my arachnophobia stems from that stupid 90s horror comedy Arachnophobia, you know, the one with John Goodman and that guy from Dumb and Dumber. That one. So, I'm opening up the lid, and I finally managed to just, you know, suck it up and open the thing. And it does turn out that it is actually a spider, a tarantula, about, we're going to say, like, here would be the back end. A tarantula about, like, that big, just, like, crawls out onto the lip of the thing, and is just staring at me. And I'm just like, I don't like this. So, sorry, just remembering it's giving me cold chills. So I finally get the lid off, and the thing crawls up onto the lid. And my grandmother's like, well, go on, let it go. And I'm like, okay, but I really don't want to. So, in dream logic, I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna, like, dump the water out and toss this thing into the water. Now, mind you, as I'm about to do this, my grandmother's like, no, don't do that. You're gonna hurt the thing. Get down closer to the water. Like, just, be gentle. And I'm like, really, Grandma? So, I get down lower to the water, and I basically am kneeling in the water at this point, like, kind of just sitting on my knees. And this is the part that woke me up from a dead sleep. So I tossed the thing into the water, and I'm just sitting there watching it, and it's just like, doing that weird, if anyone's seen a spider, like, try to swim in water, how they just kind of, like, flick their legs to, like, make themselves move. It's just doing that in the water, like, this far in front of me. And then the little jerk turns around and starts doing that directly towards me. And I'm like, no. And I wind up slipping somehow in the water and wind up, like, basically doing a doggy paddle like this. And the thing's, like, right here at this point, getting closer. And I'm like, no, splashing it, trying to get it to go back. And it does back out for a second. And I'm like, okay, I just gotta stand up. And the thing starts towards me again, and I'm like, and I get myself turned around away from the thing in my dream. And just as I get turned around, mind you, I was starting to wake up at this point, and my brain is trying its darndest to wake me up so I don't have to go through this. But my eyes open up, and they're starting to adjust, and I feel like, basically like someone's hand going like the little up my back, and I'm like, ugh, and I snap completely awake at that point. I can still feel the tingles. So, yeah, that woke me up out of a dead sleep. Which is a good thing too, because my phone was having issues this morning. Like, the alarm would go off, and then it would just stop. And then the alarm would go off again, because I've got like 5 alarms to help make sure that I get myself awake at 2 o'clock in the morning. Which, I'm just going to borrow you all for a second. Come with me on a little adventure over here. Just gotta yank the charger out of the camera. As you can see right there, on the microwave, I'm recording this at that time of the morning. I don't want to be awake, but my place of work's like, you gotta work a 12-hour shift. And I'm like, okay, but can I go in at 5? No. Now, the story behind this nonsense is essentially, my roommate needs rides to work basically every day. And he has to be at work by about 5 o'clock most days. So I took it upon myself to talk with my place of work and ask them if it would be okay if I did my 12-hour shifts from 4 a.m. to 4 p.m. instead of the 5 a.m. to 5 p.m. they originally hadn't planned. And it took a while, but they finally caved and I was able to get this schedule. And the only way that I'm able to get to work on time on this, with this kind of nonsense, is getting up at 2:20 every morning and getting myself together so I can leave the apartment by 3:20-ish, 3:20, 3:30-ish, so I can get all the way out to work by about 3:40, 3:50, so I'm on time for work at 4. So yes, it is my own fault that I have to get up at 4 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning most days. But I'm starting to adjust to it. The sleep schedule is absolute garbage, but I'm getting used to it. Now let's see. 4 minutes left before my breakfast is ready. And for my obligatory, even though I haven't done it in the last 3 vlogs, what I'm having for breakfast, I'm having Tyson frozen chicken patties. And as you can probably see from over there, you probably can't from this range. I'm gonna borrow y'all again, bring you in for a closer look at my condiments and stuff to go on my sandwiches. There we go. I'm gonna be having them with garlic aioli mustard, pickles, and 2 different kinds of cheese, because for some reason I became obsessed with adding Parmesan, shaker style cheese to my sandwiches. And I'm going to be having a nice tall glass of cranberry juice to drink with it. Alright, so I think that's about a wrap for this video. Let me just put y'all back over here where you can hopefully hear the music. Bring the camera back up and back up so you can see my beautifully ugly mug. Or should I say my beautiful bearded face. Anyway, with all that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I do thank you so much for coming back and viewing my content. I truly and greatly appreciate it. You guys have no idea. Just the fact that you guys actually tune in to watch me be an idiot week after week, day after day it's phenomenal. You guys are the best. Alright, now with all that being said, make sure you like, comment, and if you're new to the channel, please subscribe if you like what you see. And if you don't, well, it's a big platform. You'll find someone else. Also, make sure to share this with your friends if you like my content, because, well, the more the merrier, and I just want y'all to be happy. Now, with all of that being said, this is Oxleymations saying, Cowabunga, and I'll catch y'all in the next episode. Peace.